Wolverines ready to kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone. It's crossed. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, one of the reasons why it's hard to run against this defense is because of that guy right there. He's one of the best D tackles in the game, and he's got tremendous explosiveness, quicks. He's strong at the point of attack. He can shed blocks, and he completely ate that last run up.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. And you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Going deep. Fires it incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Going the other way, and he's got room. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the red zone, it's Marshall. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wolverines! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Cross. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Bringing the heat. Oh, he's got some space. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit. That last play is what you call a drive starter. They're out to the 47. It's first down. Zayn fires to the middle, complete to the right. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Wants to throw. It's Zayn. Open on the right side. That's Smith. After the filthy move, he's got room. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12. And they can't make the play on third down.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
The Buckeyes looking to convert on fourth down. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Marshall. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. He'll try it again. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
He'll pull it down and run. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
One of the things I love about bootlegs as a former quarterback is it's sort of a run-pass option yourself, right? You're given the choice and the freedom out in space to just do what the defense is not ready for. And that time, everybody covered in the back end, but no one there accounting for the quarterback. So go get as many yards as you can. Nice job.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Makes it past the marker. Touchdown, Wolverines! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, 1 touch, 1 touchdown.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. He'll bring it out. It's Cross. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Here's Sayin to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2000.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Julian with the play fake. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. Tight end now in motion. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Ready? Go!
Say it. Stepping to the right. He'll get rid of it. Smith with the grab over the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Ready, go!
Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just
turning it on. Got enough for the first. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Motion from the wideout. Throws it back. Under fire. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
And, man, that's just something you don't want to see a lot of as a defense, man. You don't want that running back getting to the second level where your defensive backs now have to make plays. Those guys are paid to cover. And, yes, they are paid to cover wide receivers, to make sure that they don't get open, not to make tackles consistently. So the defensive line, the linebackers, got to do a better job stopping this run.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Here's Underwood to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Marshall. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. And they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Still on his feet, and remember, he can return it. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run.
Number 22, set to kick this one away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Cross. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throwing, saying, using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Going to try to get it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Setting up the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw it again. Smith's got it. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Parker. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use the timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Saying back to the air. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, it feels like everybody else on offense has been getting some in the passing game this drive. Finally, they get the tight end going, too. He's like, dude, I'm good, and I'm open. Throw me the ball. That's exactly where the quarterback goes. He's feeling it right now. He's distributing the football to a bunch of different people. And the defense right now, they have no idea who's getting it next.
Timeout signal 4 by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's Julian saying to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Play fake, say it. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Say it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We begin with the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the number 20 team, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And it's Ole Miss who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today. The victory caps the season there for them at 11-1, one of the best regular seasons in program history. Here now some other games you may have interest in, social media certainly does, inside the ACC.
Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Underwood. Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. He'll throw it. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. So the turnover sets up their first drive in this second half, and they'll have an opportunity to take the lead. Here's Sayin to throw. Here's a heat. He sacked this defense all over it. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
How about the coverage by the defender on that throw? It was as if he knew where the ball was going to go. He practically ran the route for the wide receiver before swatting it away.
Let's see what they do on third down. Sayin from the gun on third down. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They go to the ground. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick completion to the right. Makes the catch, and he's free. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Send the tight end in motion. Handoff to the lone back. Maybe a crease. Inside the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And he knocks this one through, and that's been anything but easy for this kicker.
26, Ohio State, 17.
He'll bring it out. It's cross. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. The run inside. It's Jackson. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Say it. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Makes the grab down the middle. There he goes. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeye. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I'll tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. They'll run this play from the pistol. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force the negative play.
So now it's 2nd and long. On the move, it's Marshall. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Here's Underwood. The quick out. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
They'll leave it with him. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. On his feet at the 40. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Touchdown, Wolverines! Rolled his way into the end These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And that is how you finish with a 54-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's cross. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Throwing, say it. Finds his man down the middle. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to throw, it's say it.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to throw it again. Grabs it in the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. It's 3rd and 5. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads it left. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Makes a catch. And he will score! Touchdown, Ohio State! The Buckeyes with an answer.
Such a nice job by the wide receiver there on the corner route. He did a nice job off of the stem, not telegraphing where he was going. The defender had no idea, and when he broke to the corner, he created a little bit of separation. There was an accurate throw. He made the catch and then took it into the end zone.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. An 84-yard drive there, and they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So here comes the Michigan offense. That last touchdown drive tightened this one up, and we'll see what these guys can do coming down the stretch. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. There he goes. Touchdown, Michigan. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Big Blue with the response.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the fourth. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Coming out with it, it's Cross. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The RPO fired complete to the left. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Sayin. Going long. Jump ball, and he's got it. Oh, what a grab.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
And the Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on first and goal. To the air, it's Sayin. Back swinging with the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. The Buckeyes with an answer.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And the extra point was good. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last touchdown drive tightened this one up, and we'll see what these guys can do coming down the stretch. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. That's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Underwood in the gun on third down. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win it.
And guys, a perfect opportunity here to take the lead late. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Punch it out of the air. Touchdown, Buckeye! They've got the lead here in the fourth. That is his 3rd score of the game, and now 14 on the season.
That is complimentary football at its finest. The defense gets the turnover. The offense punctuates it, uses it to their advantage, takes the lead late in the football game. Now that defense that just gave you a good stop, they need another one for you.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So now they take over. This momentum has been completely taken away from them, but still an opportunity to put together a late drive. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Takes a hit as he fires. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. And the rarely seen illegal forward pass penalty brings up 2nd and long. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Let's see if this offense comes out swinging from the first play of the drive down late. Play fake, Underwood. Pocket breaking down. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his 2nd of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw. That's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. In the red area, it's Jackson. And he's in! Touchdown, Ohio State! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Rattles it back. Under fire. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is
pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
I just love the effort by the defense on this play. We're late in the game. It's in the fourth quarter. Guys are tired. They're not able to get to the QB right away, but they continue pursuing him, and they're able to get to him outside of the pocket. Nice job.
Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Takes it back inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Ordinarily on second and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Here's Sayin to throw. Takes the easy completion. Breaks into the open.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.